Hey y'all, happy Monday. How's everybody doing? I hope your weekend was absolutely phenomenal. My weekend was pretty well. I spent a lot of time in the house, just working on my business. That's my main focus right now, expanding my business. So that's what my weekend was about. Please share with me how your weekend was and what you did over the weekend. I'm really interested in knowing what you did, what you was into. I definitely want to welcome you to my Lunch and Learn today. Whether you are catching me live or you are catching the replay on my YouTube channel, Internet Develops, you know that I truly, truly appreciate you. I really, really do. Before I get into the Lunch and Learn, I do have a few announcements. First and foremost, if you see me looking down, it is because I have a PowerPoint. So I create PowerPoints for every Lunch and Learn that I do. It just helps me to keep my thoughts together. The way my mind works, I be moving, my thoughts be thinking so fast, and I be talking over myself sometimes. So I have to really keep a guide. So that's what I do as my PowerPoint. So if you see me looking down, that's me looking at my PowerPoint to realign what I'm talking about. That's basically it, to make sure I'm staying on track. Also, I want to say welcome to my new members in the community. So on Friday, I announced that we had 100 likes, and that was a major milestone for me. Like, I had my group for almost a year, and we finally reached 100 likes. So I'm like, wow, amazing. I got to let the tribe know. So then this morning when I wake up, and I realized that we have now, Friday we had 100. Now we have 128 community members and Internet Develops All. So, yay! That's amazing. We are definitely growing, and it feels so good. And I just want to say thank you and welcome, and I appreciate you. And if you see this video, please press share so my page can continue to grow, because that's basically all that I want, is this page to grow, you know? So thank you. Thank you, thank you. And then I also want to say thank you to those people who I engaged with over the weekend. So the people who engaged with me over the weekend. So I did slide in a few of y'all DMs. I sure did. And I thank you so much to those of you who responded back to me already. So I asked the question, what goals are you trying to accomplish, or what goals are you going to accomplish in the next 90 days? I asked that question and I got a lot of responses, and it made me, first of all, it made me feel proud to know that a lot of you have goals that you are working towards. But then it also helped me to know that I now have topics to create content on. So that was the whole point of me asking you those questions. That was the whole point of me asking you those questions, was for me to get familiar on what goals are you working towards, and then so I can create content that will support you in achieving the goals that you set for yourself. So I definitely want to say thank you for that. So now I'm going to get into it. So today's Lunch and Learn is about how to design your ideal 2020. Because can you believe that next month is December, and then after that is January? Like, it's literally 2020. So I have a theme for 2020, and in 2020 we are seeing things clearly because it's 2020. So we got to have 2020 vision, you know. So we got to make sure that we have 2020 vision on our goals and on our year, so that we can create and live not only our best 2020 but our best years beyond. All right, so I decided to do this Lunch and Learn to support you in designing your ideal 2020. And then I'm going to be sharing with you why it's so important for you to do that, okay? Because it's so important for us to design our lives, because we can do it. We really have the power to do that. So step one in designing your ideal 2020 is you have to create a vision for your 2020. You literally have to create a vision. What do you want your 2020 to look like? Like, you are the musician of your life, and you have that power and the creative power to create anything you want out of your life. So what do you want your 2020 to look like? That's something that you really have to think about. And this is your opportunity to engage with me. So if you're watching, or if you're watching live, or you watch the replay, please share in the comment section what you want your ideal 2020 to look like, okay? And not only do I want you to write it in the comments, but I want you to find a journal a composition book or whatever you need to use. You can buy a pretty one, or you can go to the dollar store and buy a composition book. I meant to have mine next to me. But use that journal and write in that composition book what your ideal vision for 2020 is. Write it down. I really believe that people underestimate the power of writing down your vision, because when you write down your vision, it really signals to the universe that, okay, this person is serious about their goals. Let me help them to manifest this into their life. So it's so important for you to write down your vision. All right. So when I asked myself this question, this is what came up for me for 2020. So for myself, I definitely want to put myself out there as an expert. You know, I got my own business and I'm ready to put myself out there and stop playing and stop being scared and stop living in fear. So I'm putting myself out there as an expert. I definitely want to invest in real estate in 2020. I definitely want to travel. I want to be consumer debt free. And also I want to beef up my emergency fund. So that is my vision for 2020. That's what I'm working towards, right? So step number 2, you want to definitely create goals that align with your vision. Because at the end of the day, you can have a grand vision, but if you don't have goals that align with your vision, then that's just a dream. And at the end of the day, it's time for us to stop dreaming. In 2020, we are not only dreaming big, but we are also living big, okay? In 2020, it's going to happen. So you have to create goals that align with your vision. It's imperative. So what is a goal? And for those of you who might not know what a goal is, right? Because sometimes you might think everybody knows what a goal is, but everybody doesn't know. So a goal is basically a general statement of what you want to accomplish in your life. What do you want to accomplish in your life? A goal really tells what you are going to have in your future, right? So that's a goal. A goal is a general statement of what you want to accomplish, and a goal describes what is going to happen in your future. A goal is your desired outcome, the ideal conditions that you want for your life, and it also describes your long-term aims. Like, what are you aiming for? What are you reaching for? That's why goals are so important, right? So you want to create goals that align with your vision. And then step 3, and this is the last step in creating your ideal 2020. All right. You have to design goals in the 8 areas of focus. Now, I always talk about these 8 areas because it's so important. And really, the successful people really focus on these 8 areas. Oprah, Tyler Perry, Beyonce, all the people who you admire. Those are people I admire. But all the people that you admire, they still follow and focus on these 8 areas to gain success in their lives. So you definitely want to focus on the 8 areas, which is personal growth, your finances, your business and career, your health, your mental and physical health. You want to focus on your recreational. What do you do? What are you going to do for fun in 2020? You want to focus on your spirit and how you're going to practice your spirituality, because that's important. And then you also want to design ways in which you are going to give back into the world, because that is important. So those are the 8 areas that you need to focus on outside of the vision that you have for yourself in 2020, because our vision might encompass some of these areas, but at the end of the day, for you to live a whole, happy, and healthy life, you have to really design goals in each area, okay? So now I told y'all 3 steps in designing your ideal life in 2020. You got to create a vision, create goals that align with your vision, and then create goals in those areas as well, especially if those, when you was creating your vision, some of those areas wasn't touched upon, right? So now I want to share with you 5 reasons why it's important for you to create goals, and why are goals so important. So first and foremost, goals help you to focus your attention and your action. So for myself, in my business, and when I meet with my business coach, we are talking about income producing activities, right? I really want to produce income in my business because I'm no longer working for nobody. I'm working for myself. So my goal is I have to produce income producing activities, right? So I don't know if y'all seen on my page where I was posting like horoscopes and tarot reading, because that's one of the things that I would like to add as a development tool in my development company. However, I found myself, I was focusing a lot of time on doing those tarot readings instead of focusing on and paying attention to my income producing activities. So for those of you who may be waiting on your tarot reading, I had to do a little reevaluating, right? So I took a pause on that, and I really had to focus my attention and my actions on my goal, which is income producing activities. So goals, y'all, help you to focus your action and your attention. Number 2, goals help you to organize your energy and your effort. So you have a certain goal, income producing activities, right? That's my goal. So I had to take my energy and effort away from the tarot cards, right? And I had to put my energy and effort into doing these videos because those are income producing activities. I had to put my effort into sending out those emails to the school because I'm also working schools and I facilitate groups in schools. So I had to send emails out. So those are income producing activities that I had to focus my energy and effort upon so that my goals can come true, right? So number 2, when you have goals, and they're so important, is because your goals help you to organize your energy and your efforts. Number 3, goals provide incentives for you to search for strategies to accomplish them. All right. So a lot of times, if you are not achieving your goals, that means your incentive is not big enough. Now, I've been working with people. Some people say they want to lose weight and they done had the same goal for 2 years. So obviously your incentive isn't big enough, and that's why you're not reaching the goal. Some of you said that you want to be financially free. You want to be financially free, but you've been having this goal for 2 and 3 years. So obviously you're not focused on your incentive to make that a reality for yourself. So you have to really, when you have these goals do provide this incentives for you to search for strategies to accomplish them. But if you haven't accomplished them yet, it's because your incentive isn't big enough, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense for y'all. Number 4, clear and specific goals increase your persistence. So you have these goals, so you working towards these goals, right? In order for you to achieve those goals, and the reason why maybe you haven't achieved those goals like you wanted to is because your goals aren't clear and specific. So I told y'all earlier that my vision for my life is that I want to increase my development company and my business. I want to participate in real estate and travel, going to be consumer debt free. I have this vision, right? And I have these goals that I want to accomplish, but I have to be more specific, right? So in order for me to grow my development company, specifically what I'm going to do is I'm going to post lunch and learns every day, Monday through Friday. And that's what I've been doing, right? I'm going to grow my company. My goal is to have 6 clients per month. That's my goal. 6 clients, being clear and specific. I want to host at least 1 event per quarter. You know how I'm being clear and specific. 1 event per quarter. Overall, that's 4 events. So you have to really be clear and specific on your goals for you to manifest what it is that you want in your life. And it also helps you to increase your persistence. It helps you to keep going when you understand your goals clearly and specifically. Right? And last but not least, a lot of times people say, I don't know what my purpose is in life. I don't know why am I here? Goals literally help you to define your sense of purpose. Goals help people, or when you have a goal, it shows, first of all, I'm sorry, I had a little, my computer kind of messed up, but goals lead to a sense of purpose. When you have a goal, goals let you know where you are going in your life. Goals help people to have certain behaviors that will support them in elevating to the next level. Goals help you to focus on the outcome. Goals help you to focus on the results. Goals help you to focus on your accomplishments and not to focus on the petty stuff in between. So you definitely want to use these goals, or you want to use these skills that I have shared with you in this video to support you in designing your ideal 2020. And I also share with you 5 reasons why it's so important for you to create goals for yourself. So I definitely want to thank you for viewing my Lunch and Learn today. I really, really appreciate you. I hope I encourage you to design your ideal 2020. And I also hope that you can utilize some of the skills that I shared with you today to support you in designing your ideal 2020. And tomorrow I'll be back because I'm going to be sharing with you I'm going to give you the real formula that you need to design goals that will support you in facilitating action. All right, because goals are really broad, general statements, and you really have to create goals and have objectives attached to your goals that will support you in designing your ideal 2020 and beyond. So tomorrow I'll be back and be sharing that formula with you. And I thank you so much for watching this video. So please press the share button. I definitely appreciate you. And also, if you are looking for someone to work with one-on-one to support you in accomplishing and working towards your goals, please email me at tgn@internetdevelops.com, and I have no problem supporting you in achieving what it is that you want to achieve in 2020 and beyond. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.